seperti yang saya telah pesan minggu lepas, pastikan setiap korang pelajar ada membawa set table booklet, download Udemy saya. Sebabnya kita akan menggunakan table tersebut sepanjang kuliah bermula daripada hari ini sehinggalah tamat semester. Okay, kita ulang kaji sedikit apa yang telah kita bincangkan di hujung sesi minggu lepas, hari Jumaat minggu lepas. Di hujung kita bincang tentang saturated liquid and saturated vapor states. Okay, saya harap kamu masih ingat. Okay, this one. As our revision today, we have discussed that in PV and TV diagram, they show to us how the pure substances change from one form to another form, from compressed liquid phase and then to saturated liquid. After that, saturated liquid vapor mixture, and then saturated vapor state, and last one is superheated vapor state. These are the 5 states PV and TV diagram that tell us that how the pure substances change from one form to another form. Either the pressure or temperature is remain constant. Terpulang lah kalau if we look at a T diagram, pressure is constant. Look at PV diagram, P pressure versus specific volume diagram, temperature is constant. So in the last part of our last week session, we have discussed this one, saturated liquid and saturated vapor states. This is how we get data from the table based on saturated liquid and saturated vapor state. Ada 5 kan, so ni baru 2. It's first one, the first 2 from 5 states. So basically, for the case of water, if you have your own booklet right now, please turn to table A4. So if you look at the name of this table is saturated vapor, where temperature is constant. So in title of this table, it is written that saturated water temperature table, meaning that if temperature is constant, then we look at this table A4. Okay, that's why in table A4, the first column is temperature. Okay, shown in my slide as well. Okay, for table A4, if you look here in my slide, the first column here is temperature, meaning that temperature is constant here. That's why it's stated here specific temperature. Suhu tertentu yang mana suhunya constant. So sekiranya suhu 90 darjah Celsius, so here are the data. Okay, if temperature is 90 degree, the saturation pressure is 70.183. Saturated specific volume for saturated liquid state is 0.001036, and then specific volume for saturated vapor state 2.3593, and then after that look at your table A4, find 90 degrees C. Okay, find 90 degrees C. They have another full data for 90 degrees. For internal energy, the value is 376.97. Then saturated vapor case, the internal energy is 2494. Kemudian kita ada juga data untuk enthalpy dan juga entropi. Okay, here, if you look at 90 degrees C data, we have a set of data for specific volume, F and Vg. F meaning that the state is saturated liquid. Please remember that. F here means a fluid. Okay, so it refer to a saturated liquid state. Kalau kamu nak cari specific volume untuk saturated vapor, look at G. So Vg lah, kalau 90 degree, Vg is 2.3593. Untuk internal energy, okay, at the same temperature, 90 degrees C, look at your own data or own table at 90 degrees C and column for internal energy, they have a three set of value, right? So value yang pertama dia adalah UF. U is referring to internal energy, while F is referring to saturated liquid. Sekiranya fasa tersebut adalah fasa saturated liquid, then just pick up this value 376.93 if the temperature is 90 degrees C. Okay, sekiranya if the state is saturated vapor phase, saturated vapor, then look at UG. G2 is referring to gas ataupun saturated vapor. So the internal energy for saturated vapor at 90 degrees C, the value is 2494. Okay, 2494. Itu value-nya. Sama juga kalau kamu lihat enthalpy. For enthalpy, they have HF dan juga HG. H2, H is referring to enthalpy. H is symbol of enthalpy. F simbol untuk fluid, yang mana dia adalah saturated liquid phase. Okay. Dan G adalah is referring a symbol of gas ataupun saturated vapor state. Okay, sama juga entropi. Entropi pun sama, they have SF dan juga SG. Okay. Cuma untuk internal energy, enthalpy and entropy, wise, they have UFG, HFG dan juga SFG. Okay. FG, FG here means that fluid and gas coexist equilibriumly. Mereka wujud bersama-sama. Sekiranya fasa tersebut adalah fasa mixture, okay, fasa mixture, that liquid and vapor coexist equilibriumly, then we have to use FG. Okay, tapi kaedahnya nanti saya akan tunjukkan. Okay, so the FG, if you look at my slide here, any FG here, this one, VFG for example, okay, for example, VFG here is the difference between UG and UF, or VG minus VF. Same goes to UFG. UFG, internal energy FG. Okay. UFG pun sama. Dia adalah different beza antara UG dan juga UF. Enthalpy pun sama. Enthalpy dia have HFG dalam table. Kamu lihat. HFG, kalau kamu tolak HG dengan HF, dapatlah nilai HFG. Okay. Sama juga untuk entropi. So, kalau kamu jumpa FG, dia bermaksud G tolak F. Any value of G tolak dengan F. Itu maksudnya. Okay. So, then we have discussed first example number 1. Okay. So, for example number 1 here, the phase is saturated liquid. Okay. So, if the phase is saturated liquid, then the point is located here dalam rajah PV diagram. Okay. This is the point where the saturated liquid phase is located. So, if you are going to find the value of V specific volume, just write draw a straight line to here. Okay, then this point is of course VFG. No question asked. If the phase is saturated liquid, okay, here, then you draw a straight line to V axis. So no question asked. The symbol here is VFG. Okay, so if it is VFG, then at pressure 70 degrees C, okay, find the value of VF. Okay. So I hope you can understand that. Now let's look at, okay, before that, if the point is located here, for example, in another case, if the state is saturated vapor where the point is here, then you are asked to find the specific volume, then draw a straight line to V axis, then here, okay, this point, the symbol here is Vg. No question asked, this is Vg. So at the given pressure or at the given temperature, for example, at the given temperature now is 90 degrees C, right? So if again, if the state or the phase is located here where it is saturated vapor, then draw a straight line to this axis. No question asked here. The symbol is Vg. So find Vg at the given temperature. So now the temperature, let's say, is 90 degrees C. Look at table A4 where temperature is constant, temperature table, okay, at 90 degrees C, the value of this point G is 2.3593. Okay, look at your own table, table A4, temperature table. Okay, table A4 is the table for temperature, because temperature is given here 90 degrees C. So at 90 degrees C, the value of Vg is 2.3593. Okay, so itu kaedahnya. This is how we find the value from the question and then refer to table. Okay, kalau pressure is given, if pressure is given, okay, you have to look at table A5. Okay, now please look at table A5. At table A5, it stated that the title is saturated water pressure table, meaning that pressure is given or pressure is constant. Kalau pressure constant, then you have to look at table A5. Okay, fine. Table A4, just now, the temperature is constant. Kalau temperature is constant, then you look at table A4 to find any value of specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, or even saturation pressure. Okay, table A5, pressure is constant. From the given pressure, for example, 100 degrees C, then you can find another value. Saturation temperature, specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, or even entropy. Okay. For example, here, in this example here, a piston cylinder device contains 50,000 centimeter cube of saturated vapor at 550 kilopascal. Determine the temperature and the mass of the vapor inside the inside the cylinder. Okay, from this question, we know that pressure is given here, 550 kilopascal, and then we have to determine the temperature and the mass of the vapor inside the system. So now, since pressure is given at 550 kilopascal, then have to look at table A5. Okay, table A5, not table A4. A4 for the temperature. If temperature is given, look at table A4. But now, in this case, pressure is given. So we have to look at pressure table. Pressure table. Okay, so I hope you can understand. So now look at table A5 at 550 kilopascal. Okay, find 550, 550. Determine the temperature. So the temperature at 550 is 155.46. This is how we get the value of temperature. Okay, for the mass, nantilah saya terangkan. Okay, dalam tutorial. Okay, now so for okay, for today, we are going to continue the next phase, which is saturated liquid vapor phase, or saturated liquid vapor mixture phase. So for this phase, it is located around this region. Okay, so any point located on this region, their phase saturated liquid vapor mixture phase. Okay, form. In other words, saturated vapor and liquid coexist equilibriumly in the system. Okay, so this is our PV or TV diagram. Okay, this is the curve line where the first curve on the left side is saturated liquid state, while the right side curve is saturated vapor state. So any point located on this line, this right side curve line, is saturated vapor. On the other hand, this curve, any point located on this curve, their phase is saturated liquid. So in between these two curved lines, or in this region, the phase is saturated liquid vapor mixture. Okay, So in order to learn how to analyze saturated liquid vapor mixture phase, we have to know about quality. Okay, quality is very important for the case of saturated liquid vapor mixture phase. So quality, or X, is the ratio of the mass of vapor to the total mass of the mixture. As shown in my slide here, this is the equation for quality. So mass of the vapor to the total mass of the mixture. So mass saturated vapor, and here is total mass. Total mass here means combination of mass of the saturated liquid and mass of the saturated vapor. Okay, mf plus mg. Mass saturated vapor is of course mg. So the value for this quality of X is in between 0 and 1, since it is a ratio. Okay, so the value is between 0 and 1. If the value of X equal to 0, then it is saturated liquid. Okay, if the value of X equal to 0, meaning that the phase is saturated liquid. Please remember this. Okay? If the value of X equal to 1, the phase is saturated vapor. So that's why the quality of X for saturated liquid vapor mixture, it is in between 0 and 1. Not 0, not 1. It can be 0 and 1 for the case of saturated liquid vapor mixture. Kosong ataupun 0 is only for saturated liquid. 1 is for saturated vapor. So in between them, the phase is saturated liquid vapor mixture phase. Okay, so please remember this. The properties of the saturated liquid are the same whether it exists alone or in a mixture with standard vapor. Okay. So here the relative amount of liquid and vapor phases in a saturated mixture are specified by the quality of X. Okay. This is the another definition of quality of X. The way how the meaning is elaborated. Okay, the relative amount or the ratio of the amount of mass of liquid and vapor phase. That is quality. Okay, this is our TV diagram. Okay, we have learned about this. We have TV diagram and PV diagram, but basically I prefer to explain this on TV diagram. But don't worry, even the explanation is focused on TV diagram, but they are same. If you look at PV diagram, they are same. The only difference is the line, the temperature line and the pressure constant line. Okay, now let's look let's look at this TV diagram. Okay, basically in TV diagram we have this curve. Okay, as I explained just now, the first curve is saturated liquid line, and second curve is saturated vapor line. Okay, and then we have one dotted line or even more dotted line. For this case, this is the pressure constant line. Okay. Another line is also pressure constant line, but the value of this pressure is different with the first one. The first line is where the pressure is P1, okay, for example P1, and then the second dotted line is P2. Okay, so the higher the pressure, the higher this line. Okay, so as shown here, P2 is larger than P1. That's why this P2 dotted line is higher than one dotted line. Okay. So, for example, if the pressure is P1, okay, just focus on this P1. If the pressure is P1, the point, if the point is located here, the phase is compressed liquid. Okay, because this is compressed liquid region. So any point located on this region, for example here, okay, for example here, so the phase is compressed liquid. And then move to here. If the point is located here on this curved line, the phase is saturated liquid. Why? Because the point is located on this saturated liquid line. So any point located on this line, okay, the phase is saturated liquid. So here, at here, the phase is saturated liquid and the pressure is P1. Okay, since this point is in P1 line as well. Okay, so the phase is saturated liquid phase. And then, if the point is located here, the phase is of course saturated liquid vapor phase due to the reason where the region here is saturated liquid vapor mixture. Okay, then next one, if the point is located here, the phase is saturated vapor, where the pressure is P1. If it is here, it's still saturated vapor phase, but pressure now is P2, which is higher than P1. But still, the phase is same. The pressure is only different. Next, if the point is located here, the phase is superheated vapor phase, because here the region is superheated vapor region and the pressure is P1. If the point is located here, still superheated vapor state, but pressure now is P2, where P2 is larger than or higher than P1. Okay, this is how we read our TV diagram. Okay, next. At this point, okay, at this point where the phase is saturated liquid phase, the value of quality or X is 0. Okay. While at this point where the phase is saturated vapor phase, the X is equal to 1. Okay, so in between them, in between this point, the value of X, for example here, is in between 0 and 1. Okay, mungkin 0 might be 0.3, 0.4, but you have to calculate. But theoretically, the value is between 0 and 1, or even here. If the point is near to this point, so the value can be assumed near to 1. Okay, near to 1. But they have a calculation based on the equation in the previous slide. We can determine the value of X after this. Okay, next. This V is volume. Okay, this is volume. Uppercase of V. So this is symbol for volume. Total volume. So total volume is equal to volume of liquid VF and volume of the vapor. So if we combine both VF and VG, then we will get total volume. Okay, uppercase of V is the symbol for volume. Okay, next equation, V uppercase of V, total volume is equal to M times small v. M here is mass. The unit is kilogram. And small v here is specific volume, where the unit is meter cube per kilogram. Okay. Then if we multiply by M, the unit here is meter cube, same as total volume. Okay. So small v here is specific volume. Okay, if we replace this mv into the main equation here, main equation is v equal to vf plus vg. So we will get mt vfg, v average, mt times v average for this total volume. For the vf, it is mf times vf plus Vg here become as mg times small vg. This is the second equation from our main equation here by replacing v with mv. Okay, so I hope you can understand here the flow. Again, this is total volume equation, vf plus vg. And then we know that total volume can be written as well as m multiplied by small v. Okay, so substitute this mg into all the symbol of v from our main equation. Then we will get this equation. Okay, very simple, a simple mathematics. Do not worry about this. Okay, then this mt, okay, this mt or total mass. Okay, mt here is total mass, mf is mass of the liquid, and mg is the mass of the vapor. Okay, so now mf here equal to mt minus mg. If we rearrange this equation, it seems like mt equal to mf plus mg. mt is total mass. Okay, total mass, of course, a combination of mass of the liquid and mass of the gas. So if we rearrange the equation, it becomes as mf equal to mt tolak minus mg. Okay, so this equation mt minus mg replace to our second equation here, then we will get the equation. Okay, so this one remain mt v average equal to mf. This mf we have to replace with mt minus mg. Then you will get mt minus mg multiplied by vf. And this mg vg remain as mg vg. Okay. Okay. Next, simplify this third equation. You will get this one. Okay. Simplify meaning that bahagi dengan mt. Okay. Divide by mt. So if we divide by mt, we will get the average for the right side, left side. For the right side, mt minus mg divide by mt, then you will get 1 minus x. Okay, yang ni mt bahagi mt dapat 1. This one mg bahagi dengan mt, you will get x. Okay, and then for this case, mg divided by mt, you will get x, the quality. Okay, so now from this first equation, we have equation number 4. So where the equation number 4 can be simplified as this one. Kalau kamu simplify lagi from this equation, you will get this one. This equation V average equal to VF plus X VFG. Simplify saja. Okay, this is simple mathematics. You susun semua this equation, then you will get this one. Okay. Okay, so here this is the main equation that we will use for this saturated liquid vapor mixture phase. Okay, so if we want to find the specific volume for saturated liquid vapor mixture, we have to use this equation. Okay, V average equal to Vf plus X VFG, where Vf and VFG can be obtained from our table A4 or table A5. Okay, we have looked our table just now, or even you can look at your own table A4, for example. We have a column for specific volume, right? So in specific volume column, they are separated into two, VF and VG. Okay, VF can be the value of VF we can get from here, from our table, while VFG for this equation, you have to minus VG with VF. Then you will get VFG. X, okay, X, we can look at the equation here. This equation. This is how we get the value of X. Mass of the vapor divided by total mass. Okay. So therefore, as I said just now, therefore, in order to determine any properties, for example, specific volume for saturated liquid vapor phase, we have to use this equation. Okay, this equation, this one. Okay, we have to solve this equation. Then we can determine the specific volume. Okay, so as we learned just now, the quality is the ratio of between mg and mt, total mass. So this one we can use this equation as well in order to know the value of x. Then once we have this value, we can replace here. Okay. This one, x equal to V average minus Vf divided by Vfg came from this equation. Okay. If you rearrange this equation, then you will get this one. So do not worry. This is simple mathematics. Okay. Just rearrange the equation, then you will get here. You will get this one. Okay. Next, this is for the case of specific volume. If you are asking to determine another properties, for example, specific volume U for saturated liquid vapor mixture, then you have to follow this equation. So basically this equation, the concept is similar with the previous one, this specific volume, sama saja, cuma simbol saja berbeza. This one, the symbol is V, but for the second case, the symbol is internal energy U. Okay, U average equal to UF plus X UFG. And for the case of enthalpy, if you are asking to find enthalpy, then you have to follow this equation. Ini pun sama. Konsepnya sama. The different are only symbols. Okay. So average properties, this is the general equation lah. Okay. Just now we have V and then U, H, but now we have Y. Y is referring to the general. So Y, you can change Y into V or even H or U, because Y is equal to YF plus XYFG. If you can remember the equation for, if you can't remember this equation, okay, this one, and this one, then you just have to to remember this y equal to yf plus x yfg. Okay, after that, if you are asking to find internal energy, just change y into u plus equal to uf plus x ufg. Kiranya kamu disuruh cari nilai untuk enthalpy H, then change Y with H. H equal to HF plus X HFG. As simple as that. Okay. When X equal to 0, we have all in liquid. Okay. If X equal to 0, okay. So we have all in liquid. Why? Because this is y equal to yf. Dia adalah f. F ni kan tadi kita belajar, dia adalah totally liquid. Okay. If x equal to 1, then all is in gas or vapor. Sebab dia sama dengan yg. Okay. Kalau sekiranya ini semua satu, x ni satu, then we get yg. So kalau g ni bermaksud dia adalah vapor. Okay. That's why all in gas, vapor. Okay, now let's look at the second example for the case of superheated saturated liquid vapor mixture. Okay, a rigid tank contains 10 kg of water at 90 degrees C. If 8 kg of the water is in the liquid form and the rest is in the vapor form, determine the pressure in the tank, the volume of the tank. If you read this question, it seems like difficult to solve this one, but it is very simple if we can draw PV or PV diagram. If you can't draw PV or PV diagram, you have a difficulty to solve this problem. Okay, so last week I already explained to you on how to solve the problems. They have several steps that we have to look at before we solve the before we find the question, the answer. Okay, so please follow the steps. We are going to follow the step in order to solve example number 2. Okay, so once we have a question here, list down all the information given first. Right, last week I already explained to you the step number 1, list down all the information given. Okay, so in this case the first information is rigid tank. Okay, so rigid tank, I already explained last week as well. Rigid tank means the tank is fixed, no inlet and outlet. So in this case, the volume, initial volume and final volume are same, identical, and M1 and M2 also identical. They are fixed because rigid tank, no inlet and no outlet. Okay, so basically the volume is constant. V1 equal to V2. V initial equal to V final. Rigid means fixed. The tank is not expanding or compressing. It can be expanding and compressing. Okay, rigid. That's the meaning. That is the meaning of rigid. So here V1, the first information. Okay, what we have to write is V1 equal to V2. Volume 1 equal to volume 2. Volume initial equal to volume final. Next information is kilogram here, 10 kilogram. This is M total, okay, mass. You can write M equal to 10 kilogram or MT, M total, equal to 10 kilogram. Then next, of water. Okay, so water here, this is also the info, the clue for us, because basically in thermodynamic, the substance can be water, gas, or refrigerant. Okay? If it is water, just write down substance, it is water. Okay, I will explain later on, but just keep writing substance is water. Next info is 90 degrees C. So temperature is 90 degrees C. What else? Second sentence. If 8 kilogram of the water is in the liquid form and the rest is in the vapor form. Okay, here 8 kilogram is mf, mass of the fluid. mf equal to 8 kilogram. The rest is in vapor form. So mg equal to 2 kilogram. Okay, so we have a lot of information here. Another information is in these sentences, in this sentence, if 8 kilogram of water is in the liquid form and the rest is in the vapor form, meaning that the state here or the phase here is saturated liquid vapor mixture. Why? Because both liquid and vapor coexist equilibriumly. Okay, so just write down phase is saturated liquid vapor mixture. Okay, so that's are the clues given from the question. So all of this clue will help us in order to find the answer. Next, determine A, the pressure. So pressure, right, question mark. Then volume of the tank, total volume, question mark as well. Okay, this is the first step. Second step, draw PV or PV diagram. As shown in this in my slide, you can draw P or PV diagram. Basically, they have for this step number 2, they have a way on how we choose PV or TV diagram. So I will tell you now. Please remember this, and please remember my explanation here until you pass this thermodynamics course. Okay. The hint here is if temperature is given. Okay, if temperature is given, draw P versus P, pressure versus specific volume. Okay, this is the first clue, the first hint. Second hint, if pressure is given, then draw temperature versus specific volume. Okay, please remember these two hints on how to choose P or PV diagram for step number 2. Okay, step number 2, we have to draw, right, PV or PV diagram. So, but how to choose PV or PV? That's the hint, as I said just now. Okay, so in this case, temperature is given, right? 90 degrees C. Temperature is given. Draw pressure versus specific volume. P versus V. Okay. Don't look at here. Just don't look. Ignore this T. So we have to draw P versus V diagram. So draw PV and TV diagram. So if you have your own paper, draw on your own paper PV diagram. P versus V. Draw the curve line. Okay, and then draw as well temperature constant line. Not forget. Draw the temperature constant line. Okay, T. Okay. This is the step number 2. Step number 3, transfer all the information given into your diagram. Okay. Transfer the related information given from the question into your diagram. So look back at step number 1. You have a list of clue there. So transfer the related one. What is the related clue? The first one is of course temperature. Okay, you have your T constant line, right? So put the 90 degrees C, write down 90 degrees C at your T constant line. Okay, then after that, what else? Mass, you cannot put 10 kilogram of mass into your diagram because we don't have any line for mass. Rigid tank as well. What else? The substance, water also you can transfer into your diagram. But phase of course yes. The phase is saturated liquid vapor mixture, right? So you know the phase, then put the point. So the point is located somewhere on this region and must be on the same temperature line. Okay, so for example here, this is the temperature constant line. Okay, this is the temperature constant line. So somewhere on this region. Okay, after that, draw a straight line from the point to the v-axis. So there, write down, or you can write v1. It's okay. Or v, just write v. Okay, just write v. Draw a straight line from the point to the v-axis, as shown in this slide. So from the point, write down straight line, vertical line to v-axis line. So write the symbol here as v. Okay. After that, on the left side of the point at saturated liquid curve line, put another point and then draw a vertical line to v-axis. There is VF. Okay, as shown in my slide here, this point. Okay, draw a straight line, vertical straight line to v-axis, and then put or write VF here. Next, at this point, okay, this is saturated vapor. So draw another straight vertical line to v-axis and name it as VG. Okay. Okay. I think this is the clue that can be transferred from step number 1 to step number 3 to our diagram, PV diagram. Okay. Step number 4. Okay, before we go to the step number 4, on the PV diagram, okay, on this PV diagram, this is the point, right? The point of our face. So draw a horizontal straight line. Draw a horizontal line to P axis, paksi P. Okay. Draw a horizontal line from our point here to P axis. Okay. So at here, this is P saturation. P saturation, P sat Then right at 90 degrees C. Saturation pressure at 90 degrees C, because at here the temperature is 90 degrees C. This is the temperature constant line, right? So P set at 90 degrees C. So name this point. P saturation, P set at 90 degrees C, as shown here. P set at 90 degrees C. Okay, I think that's all for step number 3. This is the clue that can we transfer to our TV diagram. Okay, now we are asking to find the pressure in the tank. Since the point, this is the point, the face inside our tank. So pressure now is P set, because this point, if we draw a straight line, then we will get here. This is P saturation. So at 90 degrees C, the constant temperature at 90 degrees C, find P saturation from our table. Okay. So now we have table A4 and table A5, right? As I mentioned just now, table A4 is for temperature and table A5 for pressure. So in this case, temperature is given, right? 90 degrees C. So look at table A4. You have your own table there. Find temperature table, table A4. Okay. In table A4, find 90 degrees C. Find 90 degrees C. Look at 90 degrees C. And then find the saturation pressure. So at 90 degrees C, saturation pressure is 70.183, right? Okay, so you can write as written here, P, the pressure inside the tank, is equal to P set. Okay, P here is equal to P set. They are on the same level, P set. So P set at 90 degrees C is equal to 70.183 kilopascal. So this is the first answer, as simple as that. Okay. So as I said just now, the questions seems like very difficult to solve, but if we have the diagrams, then it will help us to find the answer. Okay, we have answer for pressure for A, and then for B, find or determine the volume of the tank. Okay, for the case of volume, okay, look back to our diagram. Okay, the volume of this point is small v, right? Specific volume is this one. Okay, we already learned just now in the previous slide. Let me back. Okay, as I said just now, this is the equation for specific volume for the case of saturated liquid vapor mixture. Okay, so we can use this one as well as this one, because we are asking to find total volume, right? Total volume equal to m times small v. Small v is actually come from this equation. So solve this equation first and then transfer the value here. We will get total volume. Okay, so I hope you understand the flow on how to find the volume. Find this one first, solve this equation first, get the specific volume. Once you have the value of specific volume, transfer to this equation. Mass is given, right? 10 kilogram. Okay, specific volume here come from here. So that's why I solve this one first. Find VF, X and VFG. VF can be obtained from table. VFG is the difference of VG minus VF, right? And this X is actually the ratio of mg over mt. So all of this all of this value are given. Mg is 2 kilogram, mt is 10, right? So X is 0.2. Put it here, 0.2, and then VF. To find VF, look at the table A4, same table, because temperature is given, right? So 90 degrees C, at 90 degrees C, find VF. So look at your own table. At 90 degrees C, VF is 0.001036, right? Okay, we have X 0.2, VFG. How to find VFG? As I said just now, VFG is the difference between VG minus VG and VF. So VG minus VF. VG is 2.3593, right? Minus 0.001036. Then you will get FG. Okay, so solve this one first, get this value. Once you have this value, transfer here. Okay, 10 times your specific volume, this value. Okay, then you will get 4.735. This is another way on how to solve this question. But the way that I explained just now, this is the based on what we have learned here. Okay, based on my experience, this is the simplest way. Okay? If we use this equation, it's very easy to understand. Okay. Okay. Please find by yourself based on the explanation given by me just now. So you should get 4.73 meter cube. If you can understand this one, if you think this is the simplest way, so you can use this way on also, this method also. Okay. So any questions so far before we move to another slide? Okay, this is very important. I hope all of you guys understand. Of course, after this you will face another complex thing, but this is the basic one. If you can't understand the basic, then you might face difficulties later on. This is the basic way, the basic thing that we need to understand very well, or we move to another chapter later on, chapter 3, 4, or even 5. Okay, this is example 2. We have another example, but please challenge yourself. Do it yourself. This example, okay, a rigid tank contains 10 kilogram of water at 75 degrees C. If 8 kilogram of the water is in the liquid form and the rest is in the vapor form, determine the pressure in the tank and the volume of the tank. Okay, the questions is similar with the previous one. The different only 75 degrees C. This now is 90 degrees C, right? But this case it is 75. So please challenge yourself based on the method that I explained to you just now. Please find this the answer. Okay, next one is superheated vapor. Okay, superheated vapor is the phase is located that are located in this region, on this region. Okay, superheated vapor region. So this is the point. Basically, the point of superheated vapor is located around this region. Can be here or even here, as long as on the right side, of saturated vapor curve line. Okay, so here we have TV diagram. Okay, TV diagram. Basically, the basic one is TV diagram. Okay, but sometimes for this x-axis, we can change V into another symbol. Okay, V is a symbol for specific volume, right? But you can change the symbol to U or even H. So in this case, they change to H. But the concept still same. Do not worry. Okay, do not worry. The concept still the same. We just change the symbol. Okay, from V you can change to U or even H. Okay, so before we go further for superheated vapor, we have to know the characteristic of superheated vapor. So here they have a list of superheated vapor characteristics. Okay, compared to saturated vapor, superheated vapor is characterized by first one, lower pressure. Okay, lower pressure at the given temperature, and then higher temperature at the given pressure. Okay, for example, here we have TV diagram or TH. Okay, TV or TH are same. Okay, the pressure constant line is 8.5 megapascal. Okay, 8.5 megapascal. In the second characteristic, it said that superheated vapor has higher temperature, where the temperature of superheated vapor T is higher than T saturation, okay, at the given pressure. For example, the given pressure is 8.5 megapascal. This is the point of superheated vapor. So the temperature of this point, if you draw a horizontal line to here, okay, draw a horizontal line to here, this is the T, okay, this T. Then T saturation, this one, T saturation here is this point, okay. T saturation is boiling temperature, right? In our daily life, we say boiling temperature. Okay, so this is a T saturation temperature. So T is higher than T sat. This is the meaning of second characteristic of superheated vapor. It has higher temperature than T sat. So here this is T saturation. T or temperature of superheated is somewhere here. So it is higher than T sat here. Okay. Third, it has higher specific volume than VG at the given P or even T. Okay. In this case, a pressure is given. Okay, pressure is given P. Okay, so VG, if you draw a vertical line to here, this is VG. Okay, but in this case, they write H. As I said just now, the symbol can be changed from V to U to H. Okay, so draw a vertical line. This is VG, and from this point, draw a vertical line. This is V, the specific volume of this point. Okay, so third characteristic say that it has higher specific volume than VG. So V here is higher than VG here at the given pressure or even temperature in other diagram. Okay. Number 4, it has higher internal energy than UG. Of course, as I said just now, you can change V to H to U. So if the symbol here is U, internal energy, so this is U, internal energy for this point, superheated vapor, and this one is UG, right, UG. So U here is higher than UG, as mentioned here, higher internal energies. And number 4 also same, higher enthalpies than Hg. So this is H, and from this point, draw a vertical line. This is also H. This is H, enthalpy for superheated vapor, and here is Hg, enthalpy for saturated vapor. This is enthalpy for superheated vapor. Superheated, and here is saturated vapor. So enthalpy of superheated vapor is higher than enthalpy of saturated vapor or Hg. Okay, these are the characteristics of superheated vapor. Okay, before I forgot, for the case of superheated vapor, we have to look or to use table A6. Okay, so turn to table A6, look at the title. It stated that the title of table A6 is superheated vapor. So, for the case of superheated vapor phase, we have to use table A6, not table A4 or table A5. Okay, please remember that. Table A6 is for superheated vapor phase, not for other phase. Specifically for superheated vapor. So in table A6, you can see your table right now. For table A6, they have small column, right? For each small column, the pressure is different. For example, the first small column, pressure is 0.01 megapascal. Okay. Look at your table A6 now. Okay. They have small column, right? So for each small column, the pressure is different. If you look at the first small column, the pressure is 0.01 megapascal. Okay. For my slide, this is the pressure value. Okay, but this case 0.1. So this is where the value of pressure that you can see. Okay, so look at your own table right now, table A6. It starts from 0.01 megapascal. After that, 0.05 megapascal, 0.1 until 60 megapascal. Okay, The last small column is 60 megapascal. Okay, I hope you can find by yourself the small column inside table A6. Okay, look at the first column, 0.01, back to 0.01 megapascal. Okay, for example, in this small column, they have 5 properties. 5 properties: temperature, specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, and entropy. So they have their own set of value for each properties: temperature, specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, and entropy. Okay. So for each small column, they have their own set of value. Contoh lain, 0.08 megapascal. The same on the same page with 0.01 megapascal. Look at pressure 0.8 megapascal. Okay, they have their own set of value for each property: specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, and entropy, as well as temperature. So for the temperature, let's say the temperature is 200 degrees C. Okay, let's say temperature is 200 degrees C, pressure 0.8 megapascal. Okay, the value of specific volume is 0.26088. Can you get the value? At small column, pressure 0.8 megapascal. Pressure 0.8 megapascal. Find this column first. 0.8 megapascal. After that, find the temperature 200. On the left side, the first column, the first row, that is the temperature, the value of the temperature. Okay, at 200 degrees C, find the specific volume. So the value is 0.26088. Or you can see my slide here. Okay, look at my slide here. Table A6, a partial listing of table A6. Find specific volume of pressure 0.5 megapascal at 200 degrees C. You're asking like that. So what you have to do is go to 0.5 megapascal column first. So here, this is a column. This is a column for 0.5 megapascal. Okay, and then the temperature, the given temperature is 200. So look at 200, and you are asking to find the specific volume, right? So the specific volume is 0.4259 at 200 degrees C and pressure 0.5 megapascal. If you are asking to find the enthalpy, this is the value, 2855.4, 0.5 megapascal and 200 degrees C. Okay, next example, find enthalpy where the pressure is 0.1 and temperature 150. Okay, So find pressure column first, 0.1 megapascal. So this is the column, pressure 0.1 megapascal. The given temperature is 150. This is 150. And the question asks us to find the enthalpy. So the enthalpy is here, 2776.4. 150, go for enthalpy. Okay, this is enthalpy. So this is the value, 2776.4. Okay, this is how we read the table of A6. Okay, know the pressure first, and then go to the temperature. After that, find the value. Okay, this is for superheated vapor. Now let's look at example number 3. Determine the temperature of water at a state of pressure 0.5 megapascal and H equal to 2896 kilojoule per kilogram. 2896 kilojoule per kilogram. So here, okay, so in order to solve this question, we have to do as what we did previously. Look at the step, go for the steps. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, and last step number 4. So you have to do the same thing. Step number 1, what? List down all the information given, the clue given from the question. Okay, so list down the P is 0.5, enthalpy is 2890 kilojoule per kilogram. How about phase? The phase is not given here, so we are given only 0.5 to 890 on D. Okay. After that, draw TD or PV diagram, right? Draw TD or PV diagram. So from the information given here, we have to choose here to draw TD or PV. So I already explained just now, they have a hint on how to choose PV between PV and PV. If pressure is given, draw PV, temperature versus specific volume. If temperature is given, then we have to draw P, pressure versus specific volume diagram. So in this case, pressure is given. So draw temperature versus specific volume. So here we have T versus V, but in this case they write H. So never mind, as I said, never mind. This is just the symbol. We can change from V to H, U, S, or even V. Okay. So once we have the diagram, transfer all the information given to our diagram. This is step number 3. Okay, so draw this one. This is pressure constant line. So transfer the value 0.5 megapascal. How about H? Okay, we don't know the H. This value to 890, we cannot put on this axis yet because we don't have any reference value. Once we have the reference value, then we know where to put this to 890. So still in step number 3, okay, transfer the value into our diagram. What you have to do is find this one. In order to put this value, to 890, you have to find the value of saturated vapor here. The enthalpy of saturated vapor or Hg. Okay, and then HF as well. They forgot to put here, but we have to find HF and Hg at 0.5 megapascal. So once we have both value, this Hg and HF here, then we will know the place of 2890. Okay, so look at pressure table. Pressure table is A5, right? Look at pressure table 0.5 megapascal. At 0.5 megapascal, table A5. Okay, since pressure is given here, look at pressure table A5. 0.5 megapascal equal to 500 kilopascal, right? So at 500 kilopascal, find Hg and Hf. So buat sama-sama So please do it. Please do what I explained here. Please find by yourself. At 500 kilopascal, the Hg is 2748.1 and HF is 640.09. These are the values for HF and Hg. So let's say Hg, the value is 2748, right? So right here, 2748. And also right here, 640. Here, 640. The given, and look back to the question, the given enthalpy here is 2890, meaning that this value is higher than Hg, right? The Hg here is 2748, but the given value is 2890. So somewhere here is the enthalpy of this case. So put it here 2890, plot here, and then draw a vertical line to our pressure constant line. So this is the point, and here is the phase of the substance. Okay, once we know the state of the substance or the phase of the substance, then we can solve the question. So you can go to step number 4. Okay, step number 4, determine or solve the question. Determine the temperature of the water. Okay, so here the point here means that the phase is superheated vapor. Okay, the point here means the phase is superheated vapor. So in order to determine the temperature of the water where the phase is superheated vapor, you have to look at table A6. As I explained in the previous slide, A6 is specifically for superheated vapor. So we know that the phase is superheated vapor. Okay, so look at table A6. The given pressure is 0.5 megapascal. The given pressure is 0.5 megapascal. So find pressure column of 0.5 megapascal. Okay, now look at table A6. Find 0.5 megapascal column, small column. So once you get the column, P equal to 0.5 megapascal, and then on this small column, look at enthalpy, because the enthalpy is given here. Okay, the enthalpy is given to 890. Okay, on the small column, for the row of enthalpy, the value of enthalpy at this small column start from 2748, right, until 5412. Can find the 0.5 megapascal column at table A6. Look at the row of enthalpy. The row for enthalpy. So the value of enthalpy at this small column start from 2748 until 5412. Okay, so this is the value, the range of the enthalpy value. But the given enthalpy here is 2890. So find the nearest. If you can find the exact value, it's fine. But if they don't have the exact value, so you have to find the nearest value. Okay, so for example here, as shown in my slide, the nearest value is 2855.8 and 2961. These are the nearest value to 890. So meaning that 2890 is located in between these two values, where the temperature is 200 and 250. Okay, so you can also refer to the table A6 in your booklet. Table A6 in your booklet. At the same 0.5 megapascal column, they have 2855.8, right? Enthalpy 2855.8 and 2961. So for both value, the respective temperature is 200 and 250. So the temperature that we are going to find is in between these 200, is in between these two values, 200 and 250. So by using linear interpolation, you can find the temperature, which is 216. So I'm not going to show you how to do the linear interpolation. I think you have learned about this linear interpolation. This is engineering mathematics. So if you forgot the method of linear interpolation, please refer back your lecture note of engineering mathematics and use the linear interpolation in order to find the temperature, because this is the nearest value. Okay. So any question for superheated vapor before we go to the next phase, the last phase? Ada apa-apa soalan? Any question? Okey, kalau tak ada saya senang. Tapi saya tak tahu kamu senang ataupun kamu dalam keadaan kesusahan. Okay, so I really hope you can come up with some questions, because I'm quite worried. I don't know you can understand or not what I talking about, because we are not in face-to-face class. If you are in face-to-face class, then it is easier. It is easier for me to know whether you understand or not. So I really hope you can come up with some questions, especially for those who have limited ability to understand the explanation or my explanation. Okay. Siapa yang cepat faham, it's okay, it's good for you. Ini untuk pelajar-pelajar yang ni lah, yang dia lambat faham, sukar untuk memahami. Ia adalah golongan yang saya sangat mengharapkan soalan daripada kamu. Okay, so please don't shy, just ask or come up with some question. I will try my best to answer your question. Jangan malu, okay? Okay, kalau tak ada, let's look at the last phase. Ini phase yang kelima lah, phase yang kelima. Kita ada compressed liquid, saturated liquid, saturated liquid vapor mixture, saturated vapor, and tadi kita belajar superheated vapor. So now we are going to look at compressed liquid. So before we go further, we have to know the characteristic of compressed liquid. We have to know what is the compressed liquid actually. So by knowing the characteristic of compressed liquid, then we can understand the phase very well. Okay. So for the compressed liquid, they have 2, 4, 5 characteristics. The first one is it has higher pressure than P saturation. Okay, higher pressure than P saturation. For example, here, okay, here we have T versus V diagram. Okay, yang ni dia tulis U lah, so never mind. T versus V diagram. This is the curve and this is the pressure constant line. So in this case, the pressure is 500 kilopascal. Okay, as mentioned here, compressed liquid has higher pressure than P set. Higher pressure than P set. Okay. Okay. Yang ni saya tak terangkan lah, tak apalah sebab kita tak ada diagram. We will look at the second characteristic. Second characteristic says that compressed liquid has lower temperature than T saturation. Okay, this is what I'm going to explain here. We have TV diagram. At a given pressure, for example, 500 kilopascal, the compressed liquid has lower temperature. So this is the region of compressed liquid, right? So we have learned before, this is the region of compressed liquid. So any point located on this line and on this region, the phase is compressed liquid. So for example, here is the point. So if you draw a vertical line, this is the temperature. For example, temperature now is 75. Okay, the temperature, the saturation temperature T set at 500 kilopascal is 151.83. Okay, this 151 is the saturation temperature, and 75, for example, here this is the temperature of compressed liquid. Okay, so as mentioned here, the temperature of compressed liquid is lower than T set. The temperature of compressed liquid T is lower than T saturation. So here is the explanation. Because 75 is lower than 151.83. So this is the second characteristic. Third, it has lower specific volume than VF. Okay, so if you draw a straight line, vertical line to here, this is V, the specific volume for compressed liquid. And then if you draw a straight line here, this is VF. So as mentioned here, compressed liquid has lower specific volume than VF. So V here is lower than VF here. Okay, here is VF, this is V. Okay, and then number 4, it has lower internal energy than UF. Okay, So UF is here and U is somewhere here. So U is lower than UF. This is the characteristic number 4 for compressed liquid. And number 5 also same, the enthalpy is lower than HF. HF yang ini, di sini HF dan di sini adalah H. Okay. So H lebih kecil daripada HF. Okay. These are the characteristic of compressed liquid. So in the case of compressed liquid, they have one principle. Okay, one principle that we can use in order to find any value of each properties. Okay, for example, here at a given P on NT, the value of specific volume, internal energy, enthalpy, or even entropy for the compressed liquid can be approximated as Vf at the given temperature, Uf at the given T, and Hf at the given T. Okay, so please remember this. A compressed liquid may be approximated as the saturated liquid at the given temperature. This F ni semua adalah value untuk saturated liquid. Okay. For example here, di sini kan tadi U kan. So for the case, for example U, internal energy, this value of U of compressed liquid can be approximated as this. UF at the given 75 degrees C. Walaupun tadi diberitahu U is lower than UF at the given T or T. Okay, faham eh? Even though it is mentioned here that all of the properties of compressed liquid, either V, U, and H, has a lower value of UV, UF, and UH. But now it said that can be approximated as F at the given temperature. For example here, at F, V boleh jadi sama dengan VF pada temperature yang diberikan. U boleh jadi sama dengan UF ketika pada temperature yang diberikan. Manakala H boleh jadi sama dengan HF pada suhu yang diberikan. Okay, so these are the principle that we can follow, even though it's contradict with this characteristic. Okay, faham eh? So please remember this equation. Okay, for example here. Let me check first. This is the main calculation. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's look at example number 4. We have another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, example number 4. Determine the internal energy of compressed liquid water at 80 degrees C and 5 megapascal. Okay, these are the solution. Okay. For example number 4, for the case of compressed liquid, we have to follow the steps as what we did for the previous phases. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, and step number 4. So you have to follow all of these steps in order to solve any problem. Okay. So for compressed liquid as well, you have to follow the steps. So list down all the information given and then draw the TV diagram. So here we have our TV diagram and then transfer the information given into our diagram. So that's for step number 3. So for step number 3, we have this one, E versus V diagram. This is the curve and this is the pressure constant line. So we already transferred the value. This is 5 megapascal and compressed liquid water, the substance, the phase of the substance is mentioned here. It's easy for us. Compressed liquid, then we know 80 degrees C and 5 megapascal. Okay, the point is must be located somewhere here, not here, or even not here, must be here. Okay, so let's say this is the point of compressed liquid, and the temperature is 80 degrees C. Okay, this is 80 degrees C. Okay, now we have to determine internal energy. So you have to change the symbol here to U. Okay, symbol U. Then draw a vertical line. This is U that we want to find. Okay, so by using this formula, the U for compressed liquid can be approximated as UF at the given temperature. So find UF at the given temperature, 80 degrees C. The given temperature is 80 degrees C, right? So look at table A, table temperature table A4. Look at table temperature table A4. Go for 80 degrees C and find UF. That is the value of the answer of this question, okay, for compressed liquid. So UF is 334.97. Okay, this is the solution. So for the case of compressed liquid, they have two solutions, A and B. What we did just now is B. From the saturation table A4, U can be approximated as UF at the given temperature by using the formula just now. So at 80 degrees C, the value is 334.97, right? 334.97 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay. For the second method, we can look at table A7. Go for A7, your table booklet. Table A7, the title is compressed liquid water, right? Kan? So in table A7, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small columns. Only 6 small columns. So each column, they have their own set of value. First column, pressure is 5 megapascal. So for 5 megapascal, they have their own set of value. And then next is 10 megapascal, 15 megapascal, until 50 megapascal. So the value of the pressure is limited to this value only. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and 50 megapascal only. Okay, so the value for table A6 and A7 is limited. Okay, it's limited. So the given pressure is 5 megapascal. So find a small column where pressure is 5 megapascal. So we have, right, the first small column. Pressure is 5 megapascal. Then look at temperature 80 degrees C. We have 80 degrees C temperature, right? Temperature 80 degrees C. So from there, find the U, the internal energy. The internal energy is 333.82, isn't it? Okay, so that is the another value of internal energy for compressed liquid, because table A7 is only used for compressed liquid water, not for other phase, only compressed liquid. Please remember that. Okay, so now we have two set of value, 333.82 kilojoule and per kilogram, and 334.97 kilojoule per kilogram. So from both value, find the error. This is how we find the error. 334.82 minus 333.93 divided by 333.82 times 100. So the error is 0.25%, which is very, very low, less than 1%. So if the error is less than 1%, then we can assume that both values are acceptable. So they have two methods on how to solve the for the case of compressed liquid. Either you use this formula, okay. This formula you have to look at table A4, temperature table. Okay. This is the first method. Use this formula and use table A4, temperature table. Second method, use table A7. But table A7, the data is very limited. We have 6 columns only, where the pressure is very, very limited to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 and 50 megapascal. Itu sajalah bezanya. Okay. So you can choose either you can choose either method A or method B. It depends on you. If you find that method A is very limited, then you can go for method B, okay, by using the formula. Okay. So I think that's all for today. That's all for today. We still have ideal gas equation of state that we need to discuss. For this subtopic, okay, I will share with you a link, video for you to learn after this class. So please look at the video and learn about this ideal gas equation. So next week we will go for the new chapter number 3. Okay. For ideal gas equation of state, I will share with you the video. Okay. Then second thing is please try example number 5. Please try all the example that we have discussed today and that we not are not able to discuss. For example, table A5. Do all the example so that you can understand very well what we have learned today. Okay. So my advice is please try again all the example and exercises in your lecture note. The example that we have discussed or not discussed, please do all. Okay, and then number three, next week on Tuesday and Friday have our first tutorial. Okay, so please prepare. Please do tutorial 1. Okay, please do tutorial 1, and if you have, I'm not going to discuss all the questions. Okay, what I want to do is I will discuss the question that you ask me or difficult for you to answer. I'm not going to discuss all the questions because we have limited of time during tutorial, and then it's very difficult to discuss tutorial online. Okay, so that I just wait for the question from you. If you have any any question to ask related with tutorial 1, then please come up with the question, okay, from the tutorial 1. The rest you have to do by yourself. But my advice is do it by yourself first, and if you have any problem, then you can ask me during tutorial session next week on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. So that's all from me today. Kalau kamu ada apa-apa soalan terakhir untuk minggu ni, then I will try to answer before we end our session. Okay, so kalau tidak ada apa-apa soalan, terima kasih semua. Kita jumpa minggu hadapan, hari Isnin insyaAllah, dan juga hari Khamis serta hari Jumaat. Okay, so thank you all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.